two fellas from Kansas and a whatever from Indiana
are looking for the signs and into the stars for the perfect pair of motion pictures.
out there.
A couple of flicks, three corn-fed cinephiles, otherworldly connections.
This is the Midwestern Crop Circle Double Feature.
Yet another movie podcast. Welcome to the Midwest Crop Circle Double Feature podcast. Guess what? Today's movie actually has a crop circle and the Midwest. Hello.
Whoa, wait a second. I didn't
Didn't
think
even
about
think
that.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But the movie, Disclosure Day, only has my representation in it. They said nothing about Kansas in it, just the city in Missouri. But Indiana has a good 10 minutes. Welcome. I am Zay, and I am hailing here from Indiana, not running from the law right now
Yet.
yet. As always, here with me, Josh O'Connor himself.
Hell yeah.
I about said who?
I don't know, the generic white man of the
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, okay, that's not me.
And of course, the Emily Blunt of the podcast. Good. Good.
Thank you. I've been practicing. If you wanted to translate that, I just said, you're in my line of sight. Because for whatever reason, I'm thinking of Faye Dunaway right now. And the iconic commercial where she's like, you're in my line of sight. She never gets it right. You know what I was thinking about before we get into these movies? You know what I was thinking about today? Taylor Swift.
God, why?
You think
Okay.
about her often.
I do. We're frenemies at this point, I think. I mean, I call her every so often and say, Taylor girl, what's up? She never responds.
Were you
But the
invited
fact
to the Square Garden?
And yes, I was. I showed up a little early and everything. I brought her a toaster. I'm assuming that's what they want. But realizing today that Homegirl is trying to go for an EGOT
Mm-hmm.
is a timeline I wish I wasn't a part of. I've done everything in my power to stop it, and yet,
If she gets an Oscar before Miss Dolly Parton,
oh my
Oof.
God!
I mean,
Wait, are we counting? Are we counting like honorary?
well, no, because 9 to 5 should have won. Sorry, Fame,
I'm gonna live forever.
which is a fine song, but it's not 9 to 5.
It's
Yeah.
not. 9 to 5's iconic.
Yeah. I haven't listened to the Taylor Swift song yet.
You will listen to it, and you'll be like, "Did I listen to it?" Because that's how I feel.
Yikes.
I can only assume it's something about you were my cowboy, I was your space.
Not quite that on the nose, but
Jeez.
it's
You're
just
thinking Casey Musgraves there.
it's very vague, very vague. Of didn't we used to know each other? Yeah, I guess we still do.
Sounds
That's
like
beautiful.
a Taylor Swift song.
And the Grammys say, here you go, girl, here you go.
At least she doesn't mention her husband's dick.
Yes. We've had enough of that.
Fiancé.
Whatever.
What are we drinking tonight?
Another Diet Dr. Peppy.
We're shaking it up, going big
Oh.
with a glass of water.
Woo!
Oh.
Well, returning for their second episode in a row is an Olipop Shirley Temple.
Wow. Which is funny because last time you were like, I guess I'll just drink it.
Yeah, I was going to say, acquired taste here. Is that what we've got going on?
Yes, it is. And they were on sale at Target.
Mm.
5 for $10.
Mm.
So I picked me up 4 of these and then another flavor. So we're not sponsored by any means. But
God,
these
I'd love some
are-
of that money.
We'd love to be.
These are very good. Yes, Olipop. Olipop. A new kind of soda.
I would say the same thing about Dr. Pepper, but literally, Cher once she told this story on tour where she was like, she always drinks Dr. Pepper, and she was trying to get like a lifetime deal with Dr. Pepper, and they sent her a cooler with like a 6-pack in it, and it was like, "Thanks for being a fan." To Cher.
Oh my God. And then they chose Garth Brooks.
What do you mean they chose? What does that mean?
Oh, do you not remember the Garth Brooks Dr. Pepper commercials?
Like,
Is that
he wrote a
before or
song
after
for him and everything.
Is that before or after the serial killings?
the what?
Oh, you don't know that story? Wait, let's do your story, then we'll go to my story.
That was all my story. He like wrote a song. He wrote a song for Dr. Pepper and everything.
Mine is I mean I've just seen this on Twitter, so it's probably true. But it's like everywhere that he used to tour, there was always like a murder.
Oh my
like
God.
an unsolved murder in every city, and they thought that it was his alter ego person.
Chris
Chris
Gaines.
Gaines.
Sure. Like, that's what his real intention with that was. So,
Oh my God.
Where is he these days?
He's
Still
still
doing it.
touring. Yeah.
Still
Wow.
won't put his music on streaming,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
just to prove a point.
just a point. I wrote a paper about him. Brett remembers my country music class.
I do remember that.
You wrote it about him?
Yeah, I wrote about him and versus Johnny Cash and like the popularity of their times.
Mhm. It was good.
Yeah, you don't remember it.
I do. I remember
Oh.
you. Well, that was a big deal for me because I'm the country fan, as is Zay, and you're not a big country fan. You took this class, and I remember you having an appreciation of Johnny Cash and about how he tells stories. And I still have the textbook you gave me from that class.
And I still have the playlist that you made me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You still have the book? I gave you the book?
Mm-hmm. It's on my shelf
Okay.
over there. Haven't read it. One of these days.
We're going on 10 years.
One of these days.
Wow. If one of our double features isn't, what is it called? Was it Letters to Zachary? What is it called? Dear Zachary?
Oh, dear Zachary. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We
Then
gotta
this
be in
is
the
all
right mood.
this is all for naught. But what isn't all for naught is the fact that Brett dedicated his spot to me today because I was like, this is the what?
Just wow, you get to have 2
Oh.
episodes in a row.
You had the last episode.
I know, and you're going to get the next one because Brett said you can have mine, and I'll wait even longer.
Wait, what?
Sure did.
That was not my
did.
understanding.
It's in the contract.
I didn't sign shit.
It's in the legality loophole. Johnny Cochran came back.
I do have to ask though, is this just going to be the order from now on then, or are we just going back to the order
No,
before?
it's just this is a very special edition.
Fair enough.
Okay, because I had to make you two go see this movie like as quickly as possible. Otherwise, Zay, you would have been like in August, been like, I'm gonna go see it, and I was like, cool, it's already out on 4K.
I know
Like,
better than that. It was not still be in theaters in August. The numbers are not doing that great.
Hey now, we all can't be. I don't know, Wonder Woman or something like that.
Obsession.
Is that what's coming out?
Yeah, Obsession these days.
Oh yeah. No, Supergirl. That's the one that's coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
See, who knows
I don't
about
see
that?
that one doing great either, but I'm excited to see it.
Toy Story 5 is tracking very well,
Oh,
as
yes,
expected.
that's gonna-
So, yeah.
That's gonna, for the children. And we have a cameo appearance by one of the dogs of Say. Who is that?
It's Chef.
Chef, why are you so loud eating?
You
Hi,
don't know.
Chef.
Good.
Chef, are you ready for this movie? Because you look like our first character in it.
Oh my God.
Damn, get his ass.
Well, and that segues into this. So it's the summer of Spielberg. Let's just say that as it is. I mean, every year I'm like, it's the summer of whoever, but no, this year is the summer of Spielberg. as everybody knows out there, maybe you don't, maybe you do, Spielberg is like my favorite director of all time. I've told the story many times. Like the first movie we're going to be talking about, I watched it when I was like 8 years old during his 20th anniversary year. So in 2002, I grew up loving this. It's in my top 10. I think it's number 6 right now. It is a masterpiece in all regards. Personally, it's Spielberg's best film he's ever made. It is just think this movie went against Mahatma Gandhi at the Academy Awards, and somehow Gandhi prevailed. I question you, Academy. It is 1982's E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial. Please clap. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I think if you haven't seen E.T. by now, it's been 40 years. But for a basic plot of everything, E.T. is a little alien who comes to Earth with his people. Um, or I guess their people, because Spielberg is basically like it's a genderless alien.
Hmm.
So yeah. But comes down to Earth with their people. They're like a plant. They're a plant alien species. Like all they really care about is plants and getting little plants from Earth, and they're not here to harm anybody and whatever. This time I didn't really pick up on this, but like the government knows that this is happening. Like there is a spaceship that has landed and there's stuff coming out of it and all that. Like they're there from the moment this movie starts. Unfortunately, because of that, ET is off in the forest collecting whatever samples they need, and they're left on Earth because their spaceship is like, we can't be here any longer. We gotta get out of here. Boom, they leave. ET stranded on Earth. So ET kind of just is stuck on Earth. Let's flash forward now to the neighborhood that really borders, yeah, the forest that ET is in, and we are met by a little boy named Elliot, who's played by Henry Thomas, who to this day looks very much like he did as a child. Known now, I guess, for a lot of like B picture horror movies. And also he's in Who's the Guy? He's in a lot of Mike Flanagan stuff too. Yeah, he's in the Ouija movie. He's in Doctor Sleep. He's in The Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, Fall of the House. He's in all of those. Okay, popular Netflix stuff. But he's a little boy who is pretty much, I would say he's lost. He doesn't really have friends. He's an outcast to his older brother. He has a younger sister. His brother played by Robert McNaughton, and his sister played by Zay's favorite, the one, the only, the You Really Have a Talk Show girl, Drew Barrymore, who
She's the only one
is
that still has one. Everyone else lost theirs.
that is crazy. Is this her first performance?
No.
What is her first
I
performance?
think it's Altered States.
Oh, okay. But Drew Barrymore coming from a family of actors like the Barrymore family. So we've all seen It's a Wonderful Life here, the three of us. Lionel Barrymore is her great uncle, great uncle. And then Ethel Barrymore, who has a theater named after her in New York City, all that. But anyway, so, and their mother is played by Dee Wallace, Kansas City native Dee Wallace, I should add at that, who is still kicking around, making things. She stars in Netflix's The Burrows, which as of today just got canceled after season 1.
Oof. Likely
So
thing for a Netflix show to do.
there went that idea. But anyway, back to Elliot. He wants to be part of his brother's friend group. They're not letting him, but they're like, you know what? You can play Dungeons and Dragons with us because it's the 80s. Just go get the pizza that's coming. So Elliot goes out, he gets his pizza, but he notices something happening it's like a shed. It's not a very protected shed, but I guess we're in California, so like the weather is it's not rainy or whatever. But something throws back a baseball at him and he kind of freaks out, drops his pizza, and he's like, there's something out there. Nobody believes him. Mom, brothers, friends, all go check. There's nothing. Uh, Next day, he stays home from school, right? Yeah, he stays home from school. No. Oh my
Not
gosh,
yet.
I should know this. No. He goes to the forest. Why am I so bad at this? I love this movie. This is embarrassing. Cut to commercial. No. He goes, here it is. He goes and he leaves a trail of Reese's Pieces out in the forest in hopes that something happens. And sure enough, we'll just cut to it all. But E.T., this little alien, does in fact make an appearance and is fond of the Reese's Pieces, which we can talk about why they're specifically Reese's Pieces if you both know the history of that. And E.T. and Elliot then interact with one another. E.T. is now in the house. Elliot is not afraid anymore. I mean, their first real interaction, other than the shed, is he runs into E.T. in the cornfields. Or it's the fields. I'm always just saying it's the cornfields for whatever reason. And freaks him out there.
Yeah,
But
that I
yeah,
always thought so too, but I'm like, if it's California, it's probably not a
right.
cornfield.
But it looks like cornfield. Like it's
It
stalky,
does. Yeah.
you know? Like they're corn stalks. But anyway, so Elliot and E.T. bond, and Elliot is like, you know what? You're gonna be my friend. I'm gonna teach you everything about Earth here within my little itty bitty bedroom. He introduces him to his brother Michael, and then Drew Barrymore, of course, has like her iconic moment where when she meets E.T., they both scream at each other, and eventually the kids know that ET is a thing. Like this alien is now in their house, and they're going to protect ET and keep ET safe. But of course, Elliot has to go to school. When that happens, hilarity ensues because Spielberg needs to give us a little bit of hilarity through all this in a very like fun scene where we're starting to learn as an audience that ET and Elliot are starting to connect with one another. So whatever ET feels, Elliot is starting to feel. Whatever ET does, Elliot is starting to do. I mean, ET tries a beer for the first time and Elliot starts getting a little inebriated. And then there's a great scene that is, what is it? It's compared to The Quiet Man, one of Spielberg's favorite films, where Elliot is like freeing all these frogs and he stands on this kid and he kisses this girl just like John Wayne kisses Maureen O'Hara. It's a great scene. Eventually, though, E.T. is like, you know, I love it here, guys, because E.T. talks like this. I love it here, guys. Thanks for all the help, but I needs to get home. E.T. starts. Who is squeaking?
I'm sorry, I unmuted. I've been playing with the dog while you've been talking, so that he'll calm.
You know what? Let the dog squeak.
Let him squeak.
Let him squeak. If you're in the line to squeak, stay in line.
But I just pulled up a Reddit thread specifically about the cornfield in ET, and everyone was like, "What the hell is with this cornfield?" And no one has an answer.
So it is a cornfield
It
that
is a
everybody else.
cornfield.
Yeah.
There should be no corn there anyway.
Well, there's a mountain Close Encounters, and that takes place in Indiana. We don't have any mountains.
There's mountains in Halloween, and there ain't no mountains in Illinois. Last I checked. Anyway, make the long story short, E.T. is like, I gotta get out of here. Elliot, Gertie, Michael, the siblings, they're also trying to help E.T. get home. E.T. comes up with like it's a device that basically is gonna send a signal out. E.T. and Elliot fly, the iconic flying scene that has now become the trademark of Spielberg movies of Amblin Entertainment. And from there, then the government gets involved, and the rest, as they say, is the rest of the movie. I mean, again, if you haven't seen this movie, go see this movie in any way you can. It's great. It's a very summery movie to me. Like I feel like I'm always watching it in the summertime. It's a magical film. Like it has me always kind of tugging at my heartstrings. I think a lot of that is from John Williams' score, which is like one of the top tier scores of a movie that I've ever seen. I think that this is John Williams' best score of a Spielberg film. Um, and that's saying a lot because a lot of his work comes from Spielberg films, but he's given us so many iconic things over the years. I think that the story is beautiful and it's told all from really the child's point of view, shot from the child's of Elliot's kind of line of sight. Like the camera is at a child's eye level at all times. It's funny. It's, like I said, it's sad, it's emotional, it's quick paced, it's flat out entertaining, and it is a 1000% bona fide masterpiece. And thank you for coming to the Gilded Films. So, oh my God, for the Midwestern Crop Circle double feature podcast. We hoped you liked listening. Zay and Brett both loved it. See you next week.
Usually you do that when I'm about to have something bad to say, but I have nothing bad to say about this movie.
Oh, good. Let's hear it.
E.T. it's a pretty big movie for me too. Not as big as you. Like, it's not like quite in my top 10, but this movie, I think about like the movies that like my parents told me about when I was growing up or showed me. And my dad, like a lot of kids around that time, like his memories were Star Wars and Indiana Jones. And so like we watched those together. For my mom, it was E.T. And E.T. was actually the first movie that she can remember seeing in theaters, which a lot of people did at that time. At the time, it became...
Shout out to Karen.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. At the time, it was true, like literally the highest grossing movie ever made. And so, but I don't know, it's always been special to me because of that, because like you, I remember when the 20th anniversary rolled around, and like even on like other VHSs, there were trailers for the re-release. And my mom got me the VHS, the 20th anniversary edition VHS for Christmas. And sorry, I know we're an audio podcast. I do this all the time, but show and tell once again. My mom moved out of her house a couple years ago that like I grew up in, and she'd been there for, almost 20 years. And we went through all our old VHS tapes, and I took the ones that were like especially meaningful or like that, the old Disney ones. And so I do have that ET 20th anniversary VHS right here with the cool blue case and everything.
Mine is currently in a box.
I had to pull this out of a box.
Did you know
yeah.
that's the like the director's cut of it too?
Yes, and it's since been like...
Because every time I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, where's the scene where they're in the bathtub together? And then there's like no scene in the bathtub. And then the last flying scene where there's walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
But then nowadays Spielberg put back the guns. And I'm like, yeah, guns.
I don't have as much of a thing like that, because I think I only watched that version like once.
The VHS like director's
cut version, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really bugs me that there is now a greater interval between the release of this and now than there was between the release of E.T. and this at the time. Like, that makes me feel incredibly old. But no, so I've always loved E.T. I think that there was a time where the movie didn't really follow me into my teen years and like my older, like middle school, elementary school years. So I kind of like was away from it for a long time. And then I watched it again in college and was like, oh, this is still great. But then a couple years ago, I saw it again in a cinema for the first time. And that is an experience. Like, it's not a crazy take to say that if you're going to go to a repertory screening at a cinema of a movie you haven't seen before, old Spielberg is a good way to go. It truly does feel different that way.
I have told people this year I've never seen it in theaters, and I actually remembered that that's not true, Ellen. I have seen it because 2013 Cinemark did a Summer of Spielberg, and this was one of them. Yeah. And they put this in like a big theater, and it was not sold out. I mean, and I also had to convince my friend to go see it with me because she was like, he's scary looking. That's most of my high school friends are like, no, it's scary. I'm like, oh my gosh, just watch the movie.
Interesting. But no, if you ever had a chance to see it in cinemas, do that. Like, do not miss out on that opportunity. Sorry, Zay.
You're fine. I wasn't sure where you were at. But yeah, that's kind of where my good transition, actually, because I was scared of E.T. as a child. Like, I watched it once and I was like, that is not my friend. I am upset.
That thing is not real.
Like, to the point that I think my mom had like a plush ET and I would just refuse to be around it.
Wow.
There was many inanimate objects like that. There was a stuffed Alf as well that I was terrified of.
You know, they got out finally.
Anyway, um, but as you can see with the VHSs behind me, mine is sitting there at the top. Right there. That's how you move it. Right
For
there.
our non-visual viewers, because once again, we are an audio podcast. Zay has a collection of VHS, like a lot of, holy shit, that's a lot of VHSs.
I know where to look. Half price books.
That's actually true. That's
Half
actually
price books
true.
like never price gouges usually. Some things they will, but most of the time I'm like, oh, you're only charging $5 for that? Yoink. But that
$5. Mine sells them for $2.
well, it depends, I guess, what it is. That ET was $5, but it was like from '88, pristine condition, looked great, and there were no trailers on that thing. I was surprised.
Wow.
But anyway, I came around on ET when I became a teenager, because that was the time of like me really getting into movies and like understanding what good movies are and like, oh, I should see all the good movies. And then revisiting ET and be like, oh, this is great, actually. I love this little guy. He's cute and love him. Did you guys see uh Spielberg's interview with that one woman where she asked him if ET was dry or slimy?
Yes.
I heard about it. I didn't see the interview.
It was very good because Spielberg was taken aback. It was like, no one's ever asked me this before.
And also there was the one where he was asked to, did they ever meet again? And I was like, oh my God. And it made me just like, I've never thought about that. Like, did they
I
ever
haven't
meet
either.
again?
Didn't they meet in
And
that
he's
Mountain Dew commercial or something?
okay, listen.
Not canon. That's not canon.
It's not canon. But no, I mean, he said that they never met again, but Elliot dreamed about E.T. for like
It's a great answer.
the rest of his life. I mean, that's like, I'll take it.
Yeah, well,
I
I
love
mean,
that answer.
I think there was like many times they were like, you have to make a sequel to E.T. And he was just like, what would we do? What would that movie even look like? And so that's why an E.T. sequel just never happened because if he came back, what would the point be?
Well, what's interesting
the-
about that is that like they listened to him because that same interview that you're talking about, Christian, Spielberg says like he has the rights to all of his movies after E.T. So like if they wanted to make an E.T. sequel, they don't need Spielberg to be involved. Which is kind of crazy that has never happened because obviously they listened to him, which is good.
In July of '82, during the film's theatrical release, Spielberg and Melissa Matheson, the writer, wrote a treatment for a sequel to be titled E.T. 2 Nocturnal Fears, which would have shown Elliot and his friends getting kidnapped by evil aliens and attempting to contact E.T. for help.
No.
And there's a reason why it didn't get past that stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this movie. It is just, I don't know. This is a movie where I bring it up to people and they're just like, well, that can't actually be good, can it? And it's like, or like they saw it when they were a kid, but they haven't seen it as an adult. So they're just like, I don't know. And I'm just like, I feel like those are the same people that, spoiler for our next movie, also do not like Disclosure Day. And I think, I don't know. I'm sure there's ET fans who didn't end up liking Disclosure Day for whatever reason, but I do think there's probably a through line of people not vibing with Spielberg's optimism and seeing the best in people that they just wouldn't. I don't know. An ET would not be a hit movie today, I don't think. I think it came out in a nice pocket, and film history is forever changed because it came out. There's 1.5 million knockoffs, and I love all of them.
Are you about to talk about Mac and Me?
No, I have watched that one. That is a lesser one. But there's
weren't you trying to make me watch like a porn version of it once?
No,
Oh my God.
literally my name I used for today, Homoti.
HOMOTI.
Yes, Homoti is a Turkish ET knockoff where the alien is gay. But they're like, "Oh, we'll find you a boyfriend, and then you can go home." Basically.
I remember you talking about this before. This is ringing a bell.
Oh my god.
But then there was like they were trying to set him up with a guy who's too gay, and then he was like, "No, that's not my type." And I'm like, internalized homophobia in the Alien? That's crazy. Um, there's a I think it's Spain maybe, but there's one called Koki. Oh boy, that's a crazy one.
The
They're
fact that
all
they're just like all of these ET knockoffs,
and none of them understood what people liked about ET. They were just like, an alien shows up, right? He drinks beer? Got it.
Say less, write the script. Cut, print, check the 8, moving on.
I mean, you literally evoked Alf. I evoked Alf earlier, and Alf is just an ET knockoff. Just, a different spin on it.
I'm gonna go through the awards of ET right now because we love awards here. Like this nominated for so many Academy Awards. It should have won, It won Best Visual Effects, Best Sound Effects, Editing, and then John Williams won for Score. To this day, I will never understand what they wanted out of Gandhi as Best Picture versus frickin' T. Because, like, full offense to Gandhi. It's dull. That's about as much as I can say. I mean, Ben Kingsley is great in it and stuff, but I'm not gonna sit and watch Gandhi ever again. That's a lie. I probably will one day. But like, I don't think about Gandhi all the time.
I mean, that's the thing is like, we can, retrospect is 2020, right? Is that the phrase? Retrospect.
Hindsight?
Hindsight. I don't know where my train was going, but thank you for getting it back on track. Hindsight is 2020. Of course, now we actually see that E.T. has, endured, still beloved. But I guess back in the day, they were just like, it's a kid's movie, We don't want to have that on our permanent record. Even if it was so high grossing, I mean, think of other high grossing movies that didn't get it, like Dr. Zhivago. That didn't get Best Picture. And if it was, it would just be like, well, that had a lot of potential back then, but no one has watched Dr. Zhivago today.
I just have to ask, why are you bringing up Dr. Zhivago?
I don't know. I was thinking, what's another high grossing movie that people don't watch?
But also Dr. Zhivago came out the same year as The Sound of Music. I mean,
sure. I'm just saying. But that's where I'm like, I don't remember the full lineup, and that's where I'm like, I don't.
We have Gandhi, we have E.T., we have Missing. Was it the Jack Lemmon Sissy Spacek movie? We have Tootsie, love it, and we have The Verdict, the really good Paul Newman movie.
So good.
Yeah, there was a couple choices there other than Gandhi we should have went. I'm not defending Gandhi, and under no circumstances, don't get that twisted. I watched that bullshit. It's at the It's near like the bottom 10 of Best Picture winners.
As someone who has never seen Gandhi, mostly because I don't want to, I'm avoiding it. My thesis would probably be that the Academy likes to think that they're important. And so, like, hey, let's go with the movie about this revolutionary figure who is well respected to make ourselves look important, rather than the blockbuster, quote unquote, kids movie.
It's so funny because the year before, and we talked about it on the old show, it was Chariots of Fire, which is a very dry British drama about running. But then the next year, we have Terms of Endearment, which is a family tearjerker.
I'm just saying, E.T. is not on record saying really racist things.
Oh my god. There you go. Jeez. But like, at least the one good thing about Gandhi, I guess, is we got Richard Attenborough to be in Jurassic Park.
All right, fine.
Because he wins director. Spielberg doesn't win director, but Spielberg's not bitter about it, and he puts him as Richard Hammond. Oh my god.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't have been able to come up with the name.
I was trying to think if that's what you were
John
trying
Hammond.
to do.
It's John Hammond.
Yeah,
it's John Hammond.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Oh my god, I need to see Jurassic Park again. Anyway, what were we talking about? Awards. Let me do another one. Somebody was saying something. Go ahead while I pull this up.
Well, I was gonna mention, I don't know if this is just like a thing I saw when I was like researching ET, but I had read that even Attenborough was like, yeah, Steven should have won. Not sure how I won that one.
See, see. E.T. on the AFI 100 years, 100 movies, which that was the 10th anniversary edition. We have not had an edition since 2000 and when did this come out? 7?
They gotta get on it.
To my family out there, this is the list that got me into movies. Okay. Just look up AFI's 100 years, 100 movies, 10th anniversary edition. When that came out on CBS, whenever that was, little 12-year-old, 13-year-old Christian ate it up. My goal was to watch every single movie on this list. I think to this day, I have like one left. Yes, I have not seen The Wild Bunch.
Oh.
But yeah, E.T. is sitting comfortably at number 24. In betwixt at number 23, The Grapes of Wrath, and number 25, Tequila Mockingbird.
You know what's funny? I didn't watch it
Good
during
trio.
its original run, but I watched that program on, I don't know if it was like Bravo or something. They reran it. And that's also something that like opened my brain of like, huh, I don't know any of these movies. What do you mean the Karate Kid's not on here?
That list is so influential. Like I would wonder what today's list would look like with
I
the
keep,
amount of
yeah.
things that we've had come out.
Yeah.
And like no, I'm surprised that nobody has said, "Hey AFI, let's actually make another one of these things."
What's
I really
stopping them?
think it would change quite a bit.
But by all means, the 30th anniversary is next year of the original list.
Perfect
I mean,
opportunity.
no offense to Citizen Kane. There was no Kane in that movie. So,
Hmm.
um, Zay is defending Citizen Kane. Not a bad movie.
I'll happily defend Citizen Kane.
I mean, same.
Hot
Same.
take.
It's a good movie. Is it my number one? No.
No.
E.T. Phone Home, number 15, best quote from AFI. Another list that, I mean, I
That's
don't
the
know how
other
you would
thing. They
update
kept doing
that.
like new ones, and I'm like, what happened to those? Those are cute.
Yeah.
Right. And then they just stopped. They still do and you know what? They still do the AFI tributes because it was on Netflix this past year.
Hmm.
Yeah. But no. E.T. Also, yeah, it's great. What else do I want to say about it? Not much. Oh, Brett, have you ever been to Universal to ride the ride?
No.
Okay, so that ride is that ride is lasting legacy because Spielberg financed Universal, and so it's never leaving. But anyway, it's basically the sequel where you are on a bike, you get to go to E.T.'s planet, you see all the little E.T.s. They're all like, "It's a small world after all that thing, whatever. But then at the end, you see E.T. and E.T.'s like, "Goodbye, Zay. Goodbye, Brett. Goodbye, Christian." Like that is no, because you literally you give your name to the ride attendant before you get on. They type it in and it'll say your full name.
That's crazy. I love it.
As a kid, when I watched it, I as an adult, I was just like, oh, kid me had no fucking idea what this movie is about. Because
Yeah.
I was like, the government, I thought one of the government people was Elliot's dad. Um, and then he was like, that was my special friend too. And I'm like, wait, did E.T. come and see your dad too? Is this like a a family thing? Um, what was the other? There was another thing that as a kid I was like, no, that makes no sense. I mean, did we talk about this as a Jesus allegory?
I literally was looking that up. Like the scene where he's in the van and it's just
Yes.
him and you see the heart and the robe
Yeah.
and everybody's just like, whoa, yeah, no.
This time I noticed, I was like, oh, there's Jesus.
Right?
It's unmistakable.
Came from the sky. He died. He came back to life. He went back up into the sky.
One of the very few fake deaths in a movie that works, I have to say.
Sure.
And it works because that whole crew is like an actual hospital crew too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it is so accurate that I'm like, we're in the pit right now. Enter Noah Wiley in here. We got us the pit ET edition, you know?
I think
But
those people scared me more than E.T. did, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But
you know
when
what
I
freaking
was
scares me all the time is the NASA guy coming in the spacesuit when Dee Wallace opens the door
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
and everything. Was
that's
that
insane.
necessary? Was
No.
that necessary?
Dramatic.
as a kid, that scared me. And the other thing that scared me / freaked me out was when Mike finds E.T. on the like riverbed and he's just like straight
Yes.
white. I remember the first time I saw it as a kid, I literally like jumped. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. E.T. does not look well.
It took me until this viewing to like realize why ET is there, like at the river. Do you two know or no? Okay,
No.
so I watched this with my brother, and that was like a moving experience. Like, one of my favorite films, showing my brother all that. But he told me that it's probably a case of like when dogs know that they're about to die and that they go to like they want to be away from their owners and stuff.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, so, like,
well, fuck.
and I sat there and I was like, "Oh my god, you're right," because E.T. doesn't want Elliot to see
Yeah.
that, you're now turning white and you're dying. And then the scene when, like, the mom's in the bathroom and E.T.'s just, like, holding out their hand, and it's like, "Oh my god." But, yeah. That was a good experience watching it with my brother because he had never seen it, and we got to see it on 4K. Looks great on 4K.
I had a question about that because one of the ways that ET has grown with me is that I mean, when I was a kid, it was all about Elliot and ET and that relationship. And that's still the central part of it for me. But like as time has gone on, I have a little bit more of an appreciation for like the Dee Wallace character. And especially an appreciation for Mike. Because I would actually say nowadays that's probably the character I relate most to just because like he is the older brother and of course him and Elliot fight, but like anytime Elliot asks him to do something for ET, he's in. He's there for him. So I was curious, Christian, like watching this with your brother and like your relationship now, if that character meant more to you or if that stood out at all, that brotherly relationship in the movie. Maybe not because you two haven't known each other very long, but I just
Right,
wondered. I just wondered.
I think it was more so of like the E.T. Elliot thing
Mm.
than anything. Yeah, like
Oh
That
my
we're
makes
god,
sense.
yeah.
you're E.T. You dropped
Yes, I
out of nowhere.
am. Yes, I am. Um, God, yes, I'm old, short, and wrinkly. Thanks. However, I cannot keep a plant alive to save my life.
Mm.
I also just love like I think one of the many reasons Spielberg works as this great director is that so many of his films are intensely personal in ways that you can really see if you know much of anything about Spielberg in his life. And so I really like that aspect of this as well, about like Elliot being a child of divorce and E.T. being this figure that comes into his life when he's super lonely and struggling with that. And also that this was the movie, like Spielberg making this movie is what made him decide that he wanted to be a dad someday, just working with the kids on this movie. And nobody
Which
gets child
honestly,
performances like Spielberg. Like
I
all the
was gonna
child performances
say
here are great.
yes, and the fact that he filmed this in like chronological order, that way that they could build that that emotional connection to ET and stuff. Like, what was I thinking that at too the other day? Oh, I was watching AI, and I was like, Haley in this movie, Haley Joel Osment is fantastic, and then thinking, no, Spielberg knows how to direct a kid, and like act. And I've listened to other podcasts where Spielberg talks about like, there are actors, but at the end of the day, they're children, and they're like, you have to talk to them as if they're children, and yet asterisk on their name, they're also working professionals.
I mean,
Right.
that's the same time as E.T. Poltergeist. He's on that set as well, and Heather.
Probably directed it too.
I don't believe that. Um, Heather O'Rourke, she filmed that one scene where she's like being sucked into the closet, and it like terrified her in real life. And Spielberg was the person on set to like hold her and just be like, "Hey, it's okay. You don't have to do that again. We got the
Could you
take."
imagine? Like, oh, I didn't even think about little Heather.
Yeah.
Because that scene is crazy.
Yeah.
Don't go into the light, Caroline.
But yeah, Henry Thomas is great in this. I do Drew Barrymore as well. One of the images in this movie that always gets me every single time is when they have the defibrillator and they're using it on ET and they use it for the first time and it just cuts to Drew and she's just sobbing. Ugh, gets me every time. It's one of the many moments in this movie that is super emotional, which is why it works. It's a really emotional movie and it plays on the emotions really well. So
You should listen to. I'll send it to you both. But gosh, I don't remember the episode.
Is it Drew
But he talks.
Barrymore's autobiography? I've listened to it.
No, but he talks about how anytime like she would do something and just like as they were sitting waiting to shoot and stuff, he'd be like, just do it. Like, do it for the cameras too. It's like the scene where she's mimicking them at the dinner table and stuff. Like, that's because she was mimicking the lines so she remembered and everything. And he's like, just do that. Like, we'll keep it.
nice.
But
Love
yeah,
that.
Drew Barrymore, that's from that family.
Also, shout out to E.T. and Drag. Has inspired me over the years. That's how I look anytime someone pays me to put on a wig.
We're nothing but class here at the Midwestern Crop Circle double feature. That's it for ET, I think. I don't have anything else.
That's all I
Have
had.
you ever shown this at Can?
Don't think so.
Would it be hard?
Maybe. It depends. I don't know who owns the theatrical rights.
Probably Universal, right?
You never know.
You never know. Well, like I said, it's a summer of Spielberg, and Spielberg is actually our first double director that we watched anything twice of, right? So
Pretty sure.
I thought it was only fitting that we watch something current and something that I've been waiting for I guess since it was announced and all that. But it is Steven Spielberg's newest film. Like literally at the time of this recording, it came out a week ago. It is Disclosure Day, which we all got to see because I made these two. I said, "Get your butts in the seats." Brett saw it before me. Zay saw it today, so it's fresh in their mind. So they got things to say about it. I mean, they got my Big Bird gif sent to them because I was kind of shocked. But let's get into it. There are spoilers ahead. I
Choo
mean, we can't.
choo.
What?
Spoilers ahead. Choo choo.
Oh, it's like a train.
We're
Look, the
doing
train
Stop
is-
That Train, right?
Stop that train. Brett, have you seen Stop That Train yet?
No.
Are you going to?
If it comes here, it's not at the Regal here.
Oh.
It's not?
No. Well, last I
During-
checked, unless sometimes they add them midweek. So
In the most liberal town in the state of Kansas during Pride Month.
I know. Oh, it's here now.
Isn't that convenient?
Hmm.
It's
I
honestly
guess
just okay.
There's one showing every day. There's one at noon tomorrow. Can tell
What?
you I'm not
Because
going to make that
Christian,
one.
you only gave it 2.5, didn't you, or
I
3?
gave it 3.
I also gave it a 3.
It was fun. It was cute. It was different.
If you've seen Airplane, you've seen a quarter of the movie.
And if you've seen any of the RuPaul's Drag Race seasons, you've seen most of the movie. Anyway, Disclosure Day, another film that opened alongside Stop That Train.
That's true.
We are on the brink of World War III, and that's not just what's happening right now in the world. That's the plot of this movie. Um, and there's a lot going on, but the biggest thing that's going on is that government secrets are being stolen by Dr. Daniel Kellner, played by Josh O'Connor. We love him. We love his ears. And what are those government secrets? They're extraterrestrial government secrets, including alien technology and also videos that we find out of aliens being dissected and, interrogated. It's called the interrogation. So he is on the run along with his girlfriend, Jane, played by Eve Hewson, who I did not realize this is Bono's daughter. Like, never would have guessed that. Brett's back. I said that Eve Hewson is Bono's daughter. Did you know that?
I learned
Huh.
it after watching this movie. I
Same.
looked her up.
Okay. Right. She's good in this. She looks like Emily Blunt. But yeah, so they're on the run from the government and trying to get back to um the government, of course, being the government is played entirely by one person, Colin Firth, in yet another Academy Award performance. No, but Colin Firth plays Noah Scanlon. He's the head of Wardex, which is a secret government organization that's in charge of keeping all of these extraterrestrial secrets and stuff together. But what was I saying? Oh, Daniel and Jane are trying to get their way back to Hugo Wakefield, who is another whistleblower, a defect from Wardex who wants these government secrets to be out there. He wants the disclosure of them all. Then we meet a TV meteorologist, Margaret Fairchild, who lives in the great city of Kansas City, Missouri. Although, Steven, you could have actually filmed here, and I would have loved it. But instead, we're filming probably somewhere in Georgia because none of that looked like Kansas City. We do not have a news station in the middle of downtown. In fact, if you went to the middle of downtown, you would be met by wonderful traffic signs and potholes and detours. So it's a very stylized version of Kansas City. Anyway, as Margaret is on TV one day, she's doing, and if you've seen the trailer, you know this, she's doing like these clicking sounds that then sends her into a frenzy of like, what the heck just happened to me and all that. Wardex gets a hold of this. Wakefield gets a hold of this, and they're like, this is the girl we need. We need her. We want her. They send out, or Hugo Wakefield sends out Daniel to go find her because him and her have a connection, which we will find out later in the film what that connection really is. Zay wants to say something. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, Zay is.
I was just doing, because it's like E.T., because they had a connection. So I was like,
Oh my God, it's a connection of a connection.
There you go.
Beautiful. Wow. Wow. Look at that. I don't really want to say what their connection is because if you haven't seen this movie at this point, go see it. It's great. You'll find out what the connection is. Let's see. What else? So Margaret is on the run too because the government also wants her because of what's happened. And eventually she does meet up with Dr. Kellner and they go off together. And a lot of stuff happens from this point on. I mean, I won't say it here. I'm sure maybe you two will say what happens, but alien stuff is involved. Disclosure Day, spoiler alert, Disclosure Day does happen in this, and it is a scene that I was actually crying about because my dad, who's passed away, was really a big UFO, a proponent of UFOs, and is like, I've grown up my whole life believing that this stuff is real. I mean, I still do. And just seeing that, like, if this were to happen, like, what would we do as humanity? And in this, Spielberg effectively stops a war from escalating even further because everybody gets to stop and look at what Disclosure Day has to offer with us. So, yeah, this is Spielberg's fourth Alien movie, Close Encounters, E.T., War of the Worlds, and this, I think that this one is more in line with Close Encounters than anything else, but we've talked about Close Encounters on our old show before, so I didn't want to pick that again. Um, but this is also a movie, as I've now since learned, about empathy and what we as humans need to do as empathetic people. There's a lot that happens in this that it's like I don't know how to fully explain this without having seen it a third time, and I really want to see it a third time. But just know that I was left in another one of those wonderments that I was left when I saw West Side Story a few years ago, where I'm like, Spielberg done did it again. He makes a film that is very eye-opening of, like I was saying, if this were to happen one day, what are we as humans going to do about it? How will we react? How will we treat each other after this? Because this is a life-changing event and all that. So yeah, that is Disclosure Day from my point of view. I absolutely loved it. I saw it twice, once in IMAX, once in Dolby. I think it's great. I think it's hitting top 10 Spielberg for me. And that's saying a lot because we know I love the man. And that ranking was hard to do because there's a lot of 5-star bangers. But yeah, let's start with whoever.
Me. Sit down, Brett.
Uh-oh.
Twice in this episode. Damn.
No, I quite like this movie a lot. I do value Spielberg. I'm not, his highs are super high for me. The rest, I'm like, they're good, just not my cup of tea. Like, yeah, I won't get into that right now. But
Go ahead.
I don't know. I didn't want to make a tangent about, like, I don't know, Indiana Jones is not my jam. But I
Boo.
did talk about that on the old
Wow.
podcast.
You just love Ready Player One, don't you?
That's not true. But I counted, this is the 5th Spielberg in a row I did go out and see in a theater. I saw The Fabelmans in a theater. What about you, listener? Did you watch Fabelmans in the theater?
Probably not.
Probably
I
not.
sure did.
I did.
The one that broke the record was the BFG. I did.
I mean, who went to see that?
To this day, I have not seen the BFG.
So you
Same.
went to see the Post?
I remember that day. It was snowing, and I ran my PT Cruiser into the car behind me, and I broke my taillight
Oh.
Oh no.
to see the Post. And then I was like, this is a fine movie, but I have to go deal with this now. Anyway, so yeah. Train of thought. Disclosure Day. But I was like, I mean, Spielberg, I'll go see Spielberg regardless. I'm not in the camp of, well, he hasn't had a good movie in X years, because I am smart and I saw West Side Story, and aside from one actor, masterpiece. Which we've talked
It's still
about.
a 5-star. It's still a 5-star movie.
Oh yeah.
The
But
fact that you can, I'm sorry, we're going off on a West Side Story tangent. The fact that you can remake a movie from an already perfect 5-star movie, again, 5-star asterisk non-Latino actors.
I was like, they kind of just traded Natalie Wood for Ansel Elgort in the end, so.
Right. But still, I'm like, dang, and I prefer the remake over the original. We all know
shit.
this.
I think
We
I do
know
too.
this.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah, they're about equal level playing field for me. I don't know.
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day. If anything, it's an alien movie. It's a space movie, and I'm a slut for alien movies. I especially ones that are really honing in on deeper thoughts and us trying to figure out, what does it mean if there is intelligent life out there? Because we've discovered that there is life out there, but it's like single cell organisms at best. So what would we do if we found out there was something that could communicate with us? Like Arrival is in my top 10 movies of all time. I was thinking about Arrival during this film, not quite the same thing, different things, but they're still talking about, like, the end of the world happening there too. Where it's kind of like the aliens show up and then we're like, well, I guess we got to take these guys out, even though they're trying to help us. But Disclosure Day, it took me a second to get on its wavelength to figure out where we were going with this. And then once I did, I was like, okay, this is some good, like trippy, like good, like we're feeling our emotions, kind of wave of the oceans kind of stuff. And that's what I liked. I liked that we got to have a blockbuster where humans got to act like humans, like overly emotional. Like I could tell you what these characters were. Um, and yeah. Um, hmm. Now I'm like, do I go into the spoilerness of it of all, or do I leave that to Brett so he can break open the gate? But I said in my Letterboxd review, I was like, there's like nitpicky things I can say about this movie, about like the realism of it all, and where I'm just like, would that happen? And I'm like, it doesn't matter, maybe not. Um, like, okay, one of the things is like it's very like TV broadcast based. And some people were like, well, this would be, if it was today, it would be a social media thing. Like, why don't they just go on social media and tell everyone? It's like,
I
no one,
disagree with that take
no
so
one,
much.
no one would believe you if you posted it to social media.
Thank you. Seems obvious.
That's what I thought. But yeah,
I mean, that
I
newscaster is doing like the most in here,
She's
and the
great.
most like Courtney Grace is her name.
Yeah.
She's the NBC anchor
Shout
woman.
out to
She is
her.
in.
she didn't even have a
She's
character
amazing.
name.
She's amazing.
She just comes in at the end, just like, all
She's
right,
NBC.
it's my movie.
She's NBC anchor woman.
But yeah, but also it's just like, Spielberg likes to insert ideas and questions about faith and religion, and I like that that came into here. I like that a movie of this scale wants to have a moral question mark in that way. Because we are so in just like so many blockbusters right now for the past 10 years have just been like, don't think about it too much. Don't think, just turn off your brain. And so people went into this thinking, oh, that's what this is going to be. And I'm like, no, this one's for adults, sweetie. Put on your thinking cap. We have something to think about. Um, but, and so I guess I understand that some people may not be interested in some of the more naivete that is imbued into this, but I think the movie wants to think about how we can believe about things more so than hard truths. And so that's where I come back being like, I guess the realism of it all, I'm not as hung up on because the movie does not want us to be hung up on it anyway. Um, but before we get to Brett's thoughts, Christian, how did you feel when Katya tweeted out her thing about the film?
I didn't see this. What
Oh,
did she
no.
tweet? Oh no! Explain who Katya is while I look this up.
A Russian hooker.
Slash.
A drag queen who's famous from RuPaul's Drag Race.
And who I got to see live. Okay, so Katya said, what you don't see. Oh my God. Okay, so Katya said, what you don't see is the suffering I endure every day, trying my very best to stay positive and not post anything mean or evil on here. But I need to break my silence and let you know that I thought Disclosure Day was one of the biggest piles of shit I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. Okay, but not in her defense, but she really loves Contact.
Yeah.
Which I think that
Oh.
Contact is like this is the sister movie to Contact. Like I bet it's something to do with that. But oh my
I'm
gosh.
sure.
Okay, but deeply boring. At what point is this movie boring?
There's
That's
so
what
many
I'm talking about.
there's so many points where I'm just like, what's going on? Oh my God. Like I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna kill Emily Blunt, but that train scene, I'm just like,
It's thrilling.
I mean, and then the part immediately following the train scene when they're in the car together and she's having her panic attack moment, and he's like, just touch this, and it's the piano and stuff. Which I'm like on my second view, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Spielberg's mom because pianist. Fablemans, and I was like, yes, that's something. But no, like, where is this movie boring?
I was never bored.
The last 30 minutes, and I looked at my watch when this was happening the second time. The last 30 minutes when they get back to the news station and they do everything is like edge of your seat, heart pounding. What is going to happen next? And in that case, I was watching the audience because I've seen it already at this point. I was watching them like what their reaction would be. Like the girl next to us put down her phone. She put it down. She put down her phone anyway at the beginning. Thank goodness. She was playing like poker or something on there. I
Oh
mean,
God.
the guy in front of us filming on his handheld camera. No, I'm joking. But like, it's a thrilling film. Like, there's a lot of like Zay is saying, what's gonna happen next, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to jump in on the part where Zay talked about the realism of it because I just got to get off my chest because the things I'm seeing about this movie have upset me. And I like to be like, people can have their opinions. If you find this movie dull, I'm okay with that. I don't understand it, but I get it. But that criticism that, oh, they would have put it on social media. One, like you said, Zay, everybody would just say it's AI. At least on a
Right.
news broadcast, there's some level of credibility.
Yeah.
Unless you're on Fox News. This was not on Fox News. And two, people need to get out of their social media bubble. Okay. Not everybody in the world gets their news from social media. Let me just throw it out there. I know it's hard for certain people to believe, but news channels do still exist. Okay. Newspapers also still exist. A lot of them are online now, but that's neither here nor there.
Now hold on one moment. Here I am, your wonderful, glorious president. I heard you talking about me. I just gotta say, it's all fake. Continue, but you're fake. Go ahead.
But and I do think that idea of like looking for realism and everything has kind of hurt film criticism lately. I think there are a lot of bad faith critiques coming from that. So I'm just going to leave it at that because I agree.
Toby has described it as once somebody says a movie is bad, and then everybody's like, you know what, I'm going to agree on that, and I'm going to domino effect jump on the bandwagon of that. You know what, it is bad because literally, thankfully I've gotten through enough of my Twitter where it's now getting into if you thought this is bad, you're just wrong. Like I've gotten through that. But it's also the case of like everybody saw it at the same time and
Yeah.
everybody's like, you know what? If you didn't like it, maybe go see it a second time. Maybe your opinion will change on it.
Well, there's also this thing where like people are saying, oh, Spielberg, everybody gives him a pass because he's a legend. And I'm like, okay, sure, some directors do get a little bit of a longer leash, but also anytime Spielberg releases a movie, everybody expects it to be a masterpiece. So there's also a
Mhm.
high bar too. So I don't know, there's a middle ground there, but enough of that. Getting into the movie and what I liked about it, like you said, Zay, I just love that this movie has so much on its mind. And you can tell that it is all coming. David Koepp wrote the screenplay, or at least was a co-writer. I can't remember which, but it is so much Spielberg. And it is like the perfect Spielberg movie for this point in his career. And like looking back on all the movies that he's made, so when the movie started, I was interested from the first beat. For a second, I thought I was in the wrong movie because it opens with like a wrestling match, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, that was
Right.
unexpected. but then like it gets going and I'm into it. But there were two moments that really like pulled me in, and one is where Josh O'Connor's character is showing Eve Hewson's character like the footage that he has, and there's one of a torture scene, and we only see a brief glimpse of it, but you hear the alien screaming.
Mhm.
And that deeply affected me. I was like shaken just listening to that. So there was that. And then there's an escape/chase scene where the camera is like following O'Connor's character through this field. And he's like going around and stealing this government official's car. And the camera just, it like half follows him and half catches up with him as he's getting into the car. And it's one of those cases of like Spielberg just being a master craftsman. But then he drives off, and you've seen it in the trailers, like, he drives through this house. That chase scene, that escape scene, and the John Williams score that accompanies it, from that moment on, I was in. I was like, this is classic Spielberg. Like,
Mhm.
he is cooking. And for me, it never
Like that
slowed
chase
down
scene.
from there.
That chase scene is very much Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yes,
chase scene.
absolutely.
Yeah. Where
Absolutely.
Indiana's getting under the car and all that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, I really like the characters. I found them super easy to follow and form an attachment to. I really like this idea that Josh O'Connor gets the gift of math. And so he's able to he's kind of reflecting us wanting to discover the universe and what's out there. Whereas Emily Blunt's she gets to understand people more. And so like it's combining with this idea of like, okay, but we still need to learn more about ourselves and understand
Mhm.
ourselves. And there's
Also, the
also
fact
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say also the moment when they're in the warehouse and the lady grabs her hand, does the sign of the cross, and she's like, "I will not be your religion." I'm like, this movie is already I didn't even think about it until today when I saw somebody comment on that, where this is a religious movie, you know?
Mhm.
Like, this is yeah, this is a very religious
I
movie.
mean, where she talks to the nun and she was like, the superior being, she's like, the superior being on earth. And I was just like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah. That scene
And
blew me
also
away.
the fact too that it's like it's I mean, it's Catholicism too.
Mhm.
It's not like any other religion. I mean, it's a Christian Catholicism plot point. That's just interesting coming from Spielberg, who's not Catholic or Christian, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
But it's like that's a well-rounded thing. Like Scorsese has his religious movies, Last Temptation of Christ, Silence, now Spielberg gets his. But her saying like I will not be your religion, first of all, the lady grabbing her hand and making the sign of the cross, a little extra. Okay? Little extra there. That whole scene too made me like, whew, because this is my house growing up and me having to
Mhm.
empty my house that I grew up in currently, like that was damn you, Steven.
I do think that's the interesting thing about her being like the empathy, uh,
Mhm.
though, is that she would easily become just a Christ figure. Like, obvious, she's showing people these feelings and emotions that they are not getting otherwise. That she's like the only vessel in which
She's the
they
messenger.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where I know I haven't seen specific criticisms from this movie, like scene for scene kind of things, but the scene where she's like suddenly just touching everyone and speaking to them into the as like the family member or important person in their life,
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm sure people hated that. I just feel like they did. Um, in my brain, I'm like, this is kind of the shit that I love about M. Night Shyamalan. Uh, just, like, getting
How
kooky.
dare how dare you bring his name up?
You say as you're the other old defender.
Okay, I do like me a little bit. When he's good, he's good.
Yeah, exactly. But just, like, not being afraid to get a little wild with just, like, getting overtly emotional with it. And that's the thing that I was, like, kinda making those connections with. And then, M. Night, they said, "Is he the next Spielberg?" The answer is no, but he's doing fine on his own.
You know, when they published that article, that really that ruined him
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
because that just put so much into his head. I don't think it went like I don't think it was the whole like, "Oh, I am gonna" I think it was like, "No, that is now too much pressure."
Yeah, for sure.
But this is not the M. Night Shyamalan episode, although we should pick an M. Night Shyamalan movie at some point.
Y'all got that.
Brett said,
Uh,
"No M. Night Shyamalan on my podcast."
I'll let y'all handle that one. But no, Zay, the two scenes you mentioned, I think what got me most about this movie is I was incredibly moved by this movie in ways that I wasn't expecting. And like the alien torture scene, the scene you mentioned where she is like appearing to those people as someone that they've lost and whatnot. Um, and yet the scene between Eve and the nun on the phone. Cause I just don't know if many, if any movies where I've seen that where like it's basically, you can hold your beliefs. You can still have your faith and you can also still be curious. You can
Mhm.
still want to learn more. And the thing about this movie that like really strikes me is Zay, you kind of pointed this too, but like this idea, Spielberg is the ultimate optimist about humans. He continues to have hope and faith in humankind. And like the end of this movie where people see the aliens and the UFOs and it's the one thing that kind of stops the world and brings everybody together in awe. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I think that's how that would go, but I'm glad Spielberg does. I'm glad
Mhm.
that Spielberg is out there to have that point of view. and I think that that's needed. I was really thinking about how, like, if you think about, like, the titans of movie making, and especially, like, from New Hollywood and the film school brats, him and Scorsese are, like, the 2 big ones that are still around making great movies, and it's like, I just think there's this interesting dichotomy where Scorsese is, like, making something like Killers of the Flower Moon where, like, everything is bad, and the humans in this movie are bad, and there's no silver lining about that, and then Spielberg is over here like, "Yeah, the world is pretty messed up right now, and this is why I still have hope." And I just think it's great that we have both.
Damn, I've never connected that.
What do you mean? There's a third one. Ridley Scott. He says, "You pay me, I turn on the
Oh my
camera, let's
God.
go."
Oh my god. It's our name, baby.
When I
Father,
was
son, the house of Gucci.
that new Jacob Elordi film where I was just like, "Oh, that's Ridley
No.
Scott. He really will just do whatever." There is no
Because it's
Ridley
not
Scott
about the
movie.
money. It is about the money, money, money. No, I've never connected that though. Like, that'd be a good double feature too, to do a very pessimistic view of Scorsese versus the optimism of a Spielberg
Which is kind of
movie.
crazy considering in recent news where Scorsese is just like, "Yeah, we're using AI now."
Yeah.
And
Right.
Spielberg was like,
Disappointing.
it was, still being anti-AI, and I'm just like, "Oh."
Or how Scorsese is like he'll do a movie for a streaming service and Spielberg is like, I'm not gonna put a movie for Netflix.
Yeah.
But also I don't get why this is another tangent, I don't care. I don't get why Scorsese insists on doing these streamings because they always screw him over, I think.
Well,
Like,
they're the only ones
yes,
that'll
you
give
get
him the money he wants.
but at
That's
this
really all it
point
come down to.
your name is Martin Scorsese.
Studios don't care.
That's crazy
They
that they
don't.
wouldn't.
He doesn't bring in.
But, like,
See,
I
that's
would
the
you know what?
also
Why hasn't he made one for Universal yet and been like, Steve is my friend?
I guess you're not wrong. I think that is the difference, though, that Steven does control his empire. He has the money. Scorsese, I don't think, has that money. He doesn't
Yeah.
have the billion-dollar well, not franchises, but billion-dollar movies that he's been able to support himself through, and it's also just the tragic reality of the state of movies now.
I mean, not to go too deep into it, but, like, do I wish that Scorsese would stop making movies for Apple? Of course. But, like, Apple makes a shit ton of money outside of movies. They can afford to essentially throw away $250 million to give to Scorsese to make his movie.
Okay, but why does it cost that much to make a movie?
Well, at least you see the money on screen.
The
Yeah,
money walks.
his name is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Well, I mean, I just saw where Jurassic World Dominion, they figured out that it costs $650 million to make.
That's crazy.
Where do you see the money in that movie?
Yeah, for
I saw today that Toy Story cost $250 to make.
yeah, it's all the
Strange world.
unemployment that they have to deal out to the animators after they make the movie.
We could have just said, or Joan Cusack's large check.
Well, I'm just thinking about Inside Out too.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, Disclosure Day though, y'all.
Disclosure Day, perfect movie. It had Joan Cusack come in with her working girl hair. Oh my god, she's the final character that they wheel out.
Oh my god, stop it! She said, I was graceful, delicate. I wanted to be an alien. Can I get you anything? Coffee? Me? Yeehaw! Oh my gosh. I'm just quoting Joan Cusack movies now. Oh god.
I have a question. Best John Williams score since?
Since what?
Are we
That's the question.
that's
Since
the
when?
question?
Since
Oh,
when?
like Disclosure Day is the best since
Yeah.
question mark.
Are we doing like Spielberg or just overall movies?
I'd say overall.
Okay, let me pull up a list here. List of compositions by John Williams. Okay. How do I find Disclosure Day? Disclosure. Okay. So let me go backwards. Let's do this. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, The Fablemans, The Rise of Skywalker, Solo, A Star Wars. Oh wait, no, just the Han Solo theme. The Post, The Last Jedi, Dear Basketball, The BFG, The Force Awakens. I honestly love the Force Awakens score. I'm not gonna lie, especially Rey's theme. So maybe that.
It is really good.
The Book Thief, Lincoln, Warhorse, The Adventures of Tintin. Nobody said anything yet. Kingdom
I
of the
mean, the
Crystal
book thief
Skull,
is good. It's not all timer though.
Munich, Memoirs of a Geisha, War of the Worlds, Revenge of the Sith, The Terminal, The Prisoner of Azkaban, Catch Me If You Can. Honestly, the beginning of that movie.
Maybe Catch Me If You Can. That might be the one for me.
Hold on a second here, because now we have The Chamber of Secrets, Minority Report, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Here's where I think possibly, maybe, Harry Potter
Yes.
and the Sorcerer/Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's childhood, that's
It's just good.
nostalgia. It's just good. He takes Schindler's List theme and he makes it Hedwig's theme. And that's my conspiracy, as we all know this. It's the same thing, sped up, but it's perfect.
I just want to throw that out there because I think he's cooking on a level that I don't think he has in some time. And granted, part of it is because he's done a lot of sequels.
And the sequels, you can kind of like sleep behind the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And The Dial of Destiny.
Which is still like, and you're still getting Oscar nominations. Like, don't get me wrong, you're a legend, iconic. I don't think you need them for these sequels that you're not really elevating into something new.
I will say Force Awakens, though, it is a very good score.
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I agree.
Rey's theme is a banger. Like, I actually do have that on a couple of my playlists just because it's like, it's good. Also, what other person can give us Duel of the Fates from The Phantom Menace?
I do think, like, from Tintin to Force Awakens, he's doing a lot of good stuff in there. Like, that's a really, like, creative, like, Renaissance period for him, I think. Maybe the BFG? Didn't see it.
And I will admit that I do need to rewatch some of these to be sure. But
see, some of these just pop up on like music playlists I'm listening to on shuffle. And I'm like, oh, what's that? And I was like, of course. It's Johnny. It's Johnny W.
Brett, can you Johnny W. Brett, can you give us the NBC Sunday Night Football theme song?
Oh god, I can never remember which is which, I'll be honest.
They all sound the same to me. But anyway, that one's John Williams.
Mm.
I can give you the NBC Nightly News. It's that's him too.
Did not know that.
He's also the Olympics. What's the Olympics?
That's
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him too. Yeah, god dang, he's done a lot.
I didn't know that was him. Yeah, he was cooking there too.
So
guy's good at what he does.
Disclosure Day is cooking. Let's just say that. I think John Williams might get a Oscar for this, honestly. Now, albeit, I have not heard any from the Odyssey. I don't think anybody has. I'm sure that's going to be something. But from our last episode, when we talked about more Coney, is that his name? Yeah. They can give it to old people. And I mean, you know, he's 90. He's 94 years old. He'll be 95 when the next Academy Awards roll around. Give it to him.
Many websites dedicated to giving it to old people these days.
I don't know what that means.
Go to lemonparty.com.
Oh my god, don't do that.
John Williams has 5 Oscars, right?
Sure thing.
I think he's won it 5 times.
Top of my head.
I mean, if they go with Ludwig again, that's already 4 since 2018.
Academy Awards for Fiddler on the Roof, Jaws, Star Wars, E.T., Schindler. He hasn't won since before the 3 of us were collectively born. The last time he won was March 21st, 1994. I was born in April
That's crazy.
of that year. I've seen Spielberg win a Golden Globe before I've seen John Williams win an Oscar.
Update, because I live in Indiana, I can't go on lemonparty.com because I have to verify my ID.
Can you stop? I don't even know what it is, but I can take a guess.
Brett, do you know?
No.
Oh, well, y'all weren't. What meats?
Moving on.
Let's go to commercial.
Emily Blunt just spewing off every vile website we looked up as 15-year-olds.
I sure
We?
did. Who's we?
Whatever, y'all weren't living.
You don't need to know what I was looking at. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Disclosure Day. Anything else?
That's all I had.
Okay. Other movies that fit the bill for Disclosure Day are, of course, Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yes. I mean, Disclosure Day is basically it's a glorified sequel to Close Encounters. Like, let's just say it.
It could happen.
There's one. It could. There's one scene that because I went to see this with my brother. He took us to IMAX. My God, the IMAX is beautiful. But there's one scene in this where they're coming out of like a haze and a fog, and you see the aliens and stuff. I was like, this is about to be Close Encounters, and it wasn't. But it's like I was about to do that. I was about to freak out. Anyway, Arrival, directed by Denis Villeneuve.
His last great movie. I said it.
I don't disagree.
I disagree.
Yeah, I knew you would.
But not one of the
You know
Dunes.
what, Brett?
Not one of the
You know
Dunes.
what, Brett? You're Dune too much.
Not Dune. I'm a Blade Runner guy. 2049.
see?
That's good stuff.
No.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'll give it that.
It's pretty damn good.
Arrival makes you think, though. Arrival makes you think, what is my life? And you know what? 10 years this year.
Wow.
10 years. Another film, Super 8, which is honestly Stranger Things is the mother of Stranger Things, okay?
It's also a Spielberg knockoff, basically.
Right. Who
But I
made
like
it?
it.
Did JJ make this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I've only seen it once. Isn't that crazy?
No,
I-
it's Super 8.
I mean, I like it. It's been a while. I've seen it more than once, but it's been a long time. But I remember liking it.
I thought it was fine. It was just one of those movies where you watch and you're like, there's a better version of this that I've seen.
Sure.
Another one. If we're talking about religion and aliens, we're of course talking about M. Night Shyamalan's. Honestly, let me see if I want to phrase this correctly. Let me think of his filmography. Last good film.
Oh, Old. Old is great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I forgot about Old. Okay. Second to last great film. From 2002, Signs.
Brett, you can't laugh at us. That hoity-toity French cinema magazine, they put it on their top films of the year.
You mean
Oh, I like
Cashiers?
Signs.
You mean Cashiers de Cinema?
That's it.
I like
Because
Signs.
we had to study
No,
the
no,
shit out of that
Old.
magazine.
They put Old on their top 10.
I think Old is fine. I'm okay with Old. I'm just glad y'all aren't stunting for Trap.
Okay.
Oh, I
come
like
on.
Trap.
Come on.
I don't
Oh
think
my
it's I
God.
don't think it's
Yeah.
great, but I liked it.
He's in here. He's in here.
I had a good time.
Split was okay. And then I was like, okay, we didn't need the next Glass. We didn't need Glass.
I just couldn't get over the whole people just don't understand it's about his fears about fatherhood. I'm like, no shit. He makes that very clear.
And Lady in the Water, I saw that when I was a kid. I was so disappointed. I was like, I don't know what this movie's about.
It's about storytelling.
Signs. Aliens.
Steer
Religion.
this back into M. Night territory.
Mel Gibson. Joaquin Phoenix. And honestly, this movie is terrifying.
Is
And it's
that
not just
the
because of Mel
last-
Gibson.
Is it the last movie where we're fine with seeing Mel Gibson on the screen?
Daddy's Home too.
Probably.
Okay.
You know, often Paramount Plus advertises Daddy's Home too.
No.
Frequently.
Yes, frequently.
Frequently. It's always in their number one movies. I'm like, who is actually watching this?
It is constantly like in the up next queue.
Right.
The number of times I've accidentally started Daddy's Home 2 on Paramount Plus.
Oh, jeez. A movie that okay, but Signs is great. I mean, I have some.
I agree.
I have some good memories of watching that. I watched it on VHS. The first
Linda
alien scene.
Cardellini is in Daddy's Home too. I'm sorry.
She's in both of them.
What are we doing to her?
Giving her a paycheck. But no, I watched Signs on VHS and I was screaming during that first alien scene
Honestly, yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
So good.
My friends Maddie and Allie, I remember that they came over one night and we watched Signs and we were screaming at that alien scene. That's good stuff. A movie that Zay and I have both seen. I don't know if Brett you've seen it, but it's called Jules.
I have not.
It's with Ben Kingsley, but it is about an old man who encounters a friendly alien. And he tries to help the alien. But yeah, it's with Ben Kingsley. It's a cute movie.
Very
I've never heard of this.
E.T. knockoff, but it's good.
Yeah. It comes out from what year is it from?
2023.
Yeah, so it's fairly recent. But I liked it. I
It's
remember
cute.
it. One that Brett put on here, which I don't disagree. Paul.
Listen,
That's a
Spielberg
move.
makes
That's true.
he makes an audio cameo in that movie, and it's fantastic. It would pair great with E.T.
I saw that movie once when it came out and was not thrilled by it. I've seen some people reclaim it in the past few years, but I have not been tempted to go back to the Paul.
I have claimed it since 2011.
I believe it's getting a Steelbook Criterion. Or not. Oh my god! Could you imagine? It's getting a Steelbook 4K, I believe, soon. That's what
Thank
I've
God.
seen.
I've been wondering.
You said the world can rest easy now. I remember liking it. It's fun. It's fun. I'm gonna go with not the Keanu Reeves version of this next one, but the actual 1951 classic.
I hope so.
The 1951 classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still. I mean, if there is ever a movie about aliens coming to Earth and telling us how to be and what we need to do before we fuck things up, it's The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's a very good film. I mean,
you know and it's terrifying because it still holds up.
Yeah.
It does. From 1951, that's 70 plus years ago.
This one, like, we didn't talk about a whole lot, but that's the thing that makes Spielberg, I think, kind of unique in most of his alien movies is that they're not something to fear. You know, they're beings to welcome.
War of the Worlds.
I said most.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
That is the interesting thing I took away from Disclosure Day. Afterward, I was like, oh, War of the Worlds really is just like the like kind of an asterisk of just like, you know, aliens come. How do we live in harmony? And it's like, well, there's no harmony here.
Right. But no, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Michael Rennie was ill the day the Earth stood still, but he told us where we stand, you know? And of course, Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear, and Claude Rains was the Invisible Man. So I'm not singing it. Directed by, we know. Go ahead. You want to tell this. I didn't know that part. Oh. Robert Wise, also co-director of the original West Side Story. Look at that, a connection. Our next film is one that I think, I guess this and Arrival would probably owe a lot to, is Contact, with Jodie Foster, based on a book by, I never knew this until every time I don't know this until I watch this movie, based on a book by Carl Sagan, who was like Neil deGrasse Tyson's mentor. essentially. Okay. And if you don't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is, he's like the astrophysicist of the world. He's the goofball who decided Pluto wasn't a planet. Okay. But like Carl Sagan did a lot with the cosmos. Like he has his show, The Cosmos, and then he wrote this about contact of we can make contact someday with extraterrestrial life. Here's how we do it. The movie is a very trippy movie. It makes you think, like most of these do. I don't always find it like the most thrilling thing, but
Same.
it's fine.
It's a good combination of the math and the emotions that Disclosure Day is very interested in. Except
Mhm.
it's much more like cerebral about it though, especially like its last 30 minutes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I put Prometheus, which is from the world of Alien, and it's like the prequel-ish
Yeah.
to Alien. Yeah. But really about, we encounter extraterrestrials making life. What happens next? Horrific, horrific things. Somebody put Batteries Not Included, which I've not seen.
It's cute. It's definitely an ET knockoff. I think it might have been one of the early Amblins. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's nice. It's just about a bunch of people who live in a building that rich people want to tear down, and then aliens come to help them.
Our next one is Nope, the Jordan Peele movie.
Love Nope.
Great movie. Fantastic.
I just put one down. I put Harry and the Hendersons. It's not Alien, but it's Bigfoot, so it counts.
Can't you see we don't want you here?
Oh. And you know what? It's such a good movie.
I haven't watched it in so long. I need to revisit.
Oh, it's so good. Somebody put Extro, XTRO. I'm assuming
Extra.
Zay.
Yeah. It's like a horror ET knockoff.
Mm.
Very goopy, very special effects heavy. I like it a lot.
And then one that I think Brett typed, and I am kicking myself no, Zay did. Okay.
I did
And
it.
And Zay put
call.
that I'm kicking myself. I didn't put this, but one that is this is another fabulous film with the E with the little thing on the top of the E. This is my youth. This is my 99. This is The Iron Giant.
Great call.
Talk about an alien coming to Earth for a kid and then wanting to be Superman.
I mean, to also say Superman, very similar Christ figure.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
true.
guess so, yeah. The Iron Giant is so good though. Dang, I should have picked that for something one day. But yeah, that's that on ET Disclosure Day. Some summer Spielberg, some alien movies.
It was
done
cool
did
to
it.
talk about a new release. That was fun.
Right, our first one. So, where do we go from here?
Yeah, Christian broke my record of the newest feature we did, which is for the best.
All right.
We're back to Brett. Here
Is
we
it
go.
my time?
It's your time.
Okay. Well, the episode we did before this was, Zay, you had picked 2 films from a genre that you're normally not a huge fan of. And I kind of like that idea. So I kind of did something
Sorry, I
similar.
didn't follow the criteria.
You're good. No, you're
Yeah,
good. This
you literally picking Spielberg, your favorite genre.
this was great. Period costume movies.
Oh my
Yo.
god.
Austin type stuff. It's not one. They're not the type of movies I normally seek out.
You're
So
gonna make me
either,
watch
so-
one of these?
Yeah, I don't like these either. You're like gonna put us all through it.
If
you
you're
don't
gonna
pick
make
the
me
right
watch
thing.
Emma Period. Wait, no. You're gonna make us watch The Age of Innocence, aren't you?
no, I thought about it.
Dang
about it.
See, I would have watched that.
I think I know that y'all will like at least one of these. There's one that I have not seen and one that I haven't. Wow. It's late. I was sick today, y'all. There's one that I have not seen and one that I have seen. That's better. Also, so I picked 2 that I thought kind of like were a bit unconventional in the genre, whether that's narratively or stylistically. And I noticed that we've mostly talked about male directors up to this point. So I thought it'd be good to have a few female directors.
Downton Abbey, Downton Abbey, Downton Abbey, Downton Abbey.
I'm sorry, not Downton Abbey.
Damn.
The first one, which I have not seen, is from 2006, and it is Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette.
Oh, God bless
with
you.
our girl Kiki. I've been wanting to check this out.
Kiki Palmer's in this movie?
Kirsten Dunst.
We call her Kiki all of a sudden?
Because she played
Have you
Kiki.
I listened to a podcast where they commonly refer to her as Kiki, so I just assumed that was the thing.
Is that because she did the voice of Kiki in Kiki's Delivery Service? Or-
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cute. I'm not mad.
And our second one is the one I have seen, and I've been wanting to rewatch for a while. It's a great movie. From 2019, it is Celine Sciamma's Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh, what? What? These are both good movies.
You had us worried.
The task was not to pick bad movies. It was a genre that I normally don't click with.
Yeah, but it's the genre none of us click with.
I didn't know it was supposed to be something different than that. Whatever. We don't have to watch these female-directed good movies if y'all don't want to.
Great.
I could pick something shitty, you know?
Because I've been wanting to rewatch Marie Antoinette, so.
And Portrait of a Lady on Fire is top 10
Amazing.
all-timer for me, so.
Yeah, I'm actually excited, so. I was going to do music biopics, but then I looked at the list, and I just can't. I don't want to watch any of these, so this was the next choice.
And I will say, Marie Antoinette, a movie I saw in 2018, and I didn't care for it.
Oh.
But I would love to revisit and be wrong about.
And I have not seen it in 10 years.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, because I've been, sorry. Okay, one more movie to add to our What Fits the Bill. My brother pointed out Transformers.
Sure.
True.
I mean, yes, and you know what? I'm gonna asterisk on that and also say Bumblebee.
I was about to literally just thought of Bumblebee, which is literally it's just E.T.
It is E.T. but with a robot.
Yeah,
which is the Iron Giant. So, yes, but shout out to him. Thank you for that suggestion because I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of which, Christian, you've had something new going on.
I have.
Do you want to shed any light on your new project?
I thought he was using ointment on that.
That was private. That was private. I told you that in secrecy. Anyway, you nasty with your lemon. What is the lemon drop, kid?
No, lemonparty.com.
Again, nothing but class here. Yeah, so my brother and I have really been getting into, well, not really. Yeah, we've been getting into a lot of more like film and the technical aspects of film and watching a lot of different movies and really talking about them. So we took that and we made a little podcast out of it, and it's fun doing it. Like we record in person together and everything, and so the two movies that we've talked about are both Spielberg movies. We've talked about War of the Worlds, and we talked about Disclosure Day also. So this ain't my first rodeo talking about Disclosure Day, but it's like every time I talk to somebody about Disclosure Day, I think of more things, and I just really love it. But if you would like to listen out there, it is called Real Bros Podcast, and you can find us at Real Bros Pod on YouTube, on Spotify. Right? Is that how you found us on there, Brett, and Spotify?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. On Apple, if you go to Apple Podcast, and we're also on Instagram as Real Bros Pod. So, and that's real as an REEL, like a film reel. So, Real Bros Podcast is us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
check it out.
Letting us shout out.
No, it's good stuff.
Zay, how was our first episode? Did you like it? Tell me.
Anyways, see you next time on Midwestern Crop Circle Double Feature Podcast.
Sure thing. We're going to period pieces.
Rate, review, subscribe.
I thought you were going to make us watch Jane Austen.
No.
Bye.
Bye.
E.T. phone home.